Hi, my name is Sherry Seals, and I am here today to explain a little bit about the Carl Hester line of saddles by Ruiz Diaz. I wanted to share with you a little bit some of the history of the Ruiz Diaz family and why these saddles are so important to both Carl, their family, and actually even to me. Ruiz Diaz Saddlery is down in Argentina and was founded when Pedro Ruiz Diaz started the company over 50 years ago. Pedro actually started as a teenager in a shoe factory and worked his way up in the local saddle factory and ended up becoming the owner and has been the owner of the same factory for over 50 years. They are one of the major producers of saddles in the world, and they've been working directly with Carl for many years. And when I say directly with Carl, the difference between these lines of saddles and other saddle-sponsored lines is that Carl actually works directly with Ruiz Diaz to develop all of the features in the saddle. We don't just use Carl's name, we actually use his input, his designs, what he likes and dislikes for the riders and for the horses. All of that's incorporated into our saddle designs. So I'm excited to share with you the culmination of a great team of people and what they've developed in a saddle line. And the reason that we did this is to try to make the saddles as good as we could for riders and horses. So here we go. The first saddle I'd like to talk to you about today is our Brioso model. Brioso is one of two of the new models that Carl has helped us to create. The Brioso is made on our standard dressage tree, which is made out of DuPont carbon fiber material with an interchangeable block system, meaning that we can change the tree size with just taking out 4 screws, removing the front plate, putting a different size plate in, and then changing that tree size. Our carbon fiber tree also allows a little bit of flexibility, which a lot of horses find very refreshing in the tack. On the underside of our Brioso, we'll start with the most important part, where it matters for the horse. We've created a wonderful flat and soft bearing area so that the horse feels a nice inviting contact on the top of his back. Lovely wide channel for spine relief. I'll hold that up so that you can get a nice picture there. Very important that you notice that as our channel comes forward in the saddle, it actually opens up there again to allow room for the wither, lateral side of the wither, and for those shoulders to move. Our panels are made out of a soft leather with a wool felt lining and flocked with 100% Jacob's wool. Everything in this saddle is designed to be breathable and adjustable. Saddle fitters, you're going to love this part. I'm a saddle fitter, and because I helped with the creation of some of the features of these saddles, we've made these highly adjustable and easy to work on in the field. You'll see that our flocking holes are easily accessible underneath. This is also so that when your saddle fitter comes to your stable in your yard, they can get good adjustments right there in the farm without taking your saddle away from you for even a day. So adjustable head plate, easy to flock saddles, wool panels. Up underneath, you won't be able to see, is a Velcro closure on the panel, which also enables your saddle fitter, when they're at your yard, to change the channel width and strength. So we can change the width of this panel just by opening or closing that Velcro closure a little bit. Saddle fitter is one more key feature. It also makes it easier for us to remove the wool and replace it should you need a complete reflock. Just open that Velcro up, take the old wool out, replace the new, and you're set to go. So we'll come here. We've also created multiple billeting options, realizing that every horse is a little different. They all need a little different support. So we have a point billet attached up here to the point, easily removed if you don't need that. Again, your saddle fitter can take that off, or you can just leave it hanging. Our second billet position comes just behind the point of the saddle. A lot of horses prefer this orientation of the billet because it doesn't pull down on the front. But if you need the stabilization, you can still use your point. Our last billet is on a flexible yoke here, so that we have a path of draw that's spread out along the saddle. So as the back of the horse moves, this billet can slide back and forth, allowing freedom in the back side of the saddle. So we've done a lot of things to make sure that the horse is super comfortable and that it's easy for our saddle fitters to come in and adjust these. We've asked Carl directly, what does he like to see in his riders? And one of the things that he shares with us all the time is he really doesn't want his riders to be locked into the tack. He wants them to be able to use their bodies and move freely, to have a nice centered balance, but never ever a huge block or a super high cantle that keeps them from using their bodies efficiently. So we listened and we developed the block directly with Carl and all of his riders here in the yard, all different shapes and sizes. So what we've developed here for Carl and his riders is a universal block. You'll see that it's tapered front and back, angled perfectly to match the front of your thigh. Nice soft foam on the back side, doesn't allow you to get the leg locked in. Firmer foam on the front to help support you when you need it. If you come and look at the seat in the Brioso, actually in both of our saddles, Brioso and the Jaguar, our seat has thick foam, nice and comfy. You're gonna almost feel like you're sitting in a sofa. We've developed a little flat spot here so that you can find that perfect position when you're doing your upper level movements. No longer having to search for a spot in your saddle. There's a little flat spot here to support your pelvis, and you can canter along and feel 100% balanced. We've got a nice wide seat box to support your hips. Very narrow twist, I can show you that. So we've created a wonderful spot here for your leg. So when you get in the Brioso saddle, Brioso Jaguar, either one, you're gonna instantly feel like it just drops your leg straight down. One of the other features that Carl really doesn't like, we don't really like it either, is to put people into a chair seat. So again, you're going to find when you sit in either the Brioso or the Jaguar, it's going to allow your leg to drop perfectly into position so that you're in the right spot to effectively ride your horse. So that finalizes what I have to say about our Brioso today. We're going to make another video for the Jaguar. I'll explain all the details in that. I hope to see you soon.